Hello, and today I'll introduce you to TV series North and South 1985. I will tell you about the original names and ages of the actors and how they changed in 2023. Don't forget to like and subscribe to support us. Alright, let's get started. Erika Benz is played by Philip Kasnoff. In 1985, he was 36 years old, and now he's 73 years old.
I wanted to be the one to tell you. Be here.
When I played Sinatra in the miniseries Sinatra, at a certain point you have to make the character your own. You have to find the
Redmayne is played by Gina Francis. In 1985, she was 23 years old, and now she's 60 years old.
Alright. I want peace in this family, and I want your approval. But now I'm not even sure that it matters.
You explain that.
I don't think you're qualified to...
He's established me on my own 2 feet. Outside of the couple, that was great.
And I think this is the first time probably in all the times he's been back, the way they built the story.
Justin Lamont is played by David Carradine. In 1985, he was 49 years old, and sadly, he passed away on June 3, 2009 at the age of 72.
Express my own views. They have nothing to do with you.
You are not entitled to any views whatsoever, except those that are mine and mine alone. Women with intellectual pretensions.
For him. And he stayed to double Key Luke, who was playing the blind Master Poe.
Virgilia Hazard is played by Kirsty Alley. In 1985, she was 34 years old, and sadly, she passed away on December 5, 2022 at the age of 71.
Right, no. Excuse me.
I'm sorry.
Well, there's no reason to apologize. I mean, it's absolutely fine and I'm all right.
The greatest thing about John and I, and when I say he's the love of my life, is because he's the only person that I loved in a way that I would want to run off and marry him, and then
Madeleine Lamont is played by Leslie Ann Down. In 1985, she was 31 years old, and now she's 68 years old.
I'm afraid our driver isn't used to South Carolina roads yet. The horses slipped and bolted.
When 20 zillion people get killed. So that was quite an interesting shoot because it was like, I think they've gone to lunch. Quick!
George Hazard is played by James Reid. In 1985, he was 32 years old, and now he's 69 years old.
They're married, Dory. He's an arrogant ass, but there's nothing you can do about it.
I'd like to horsewhip him, so would I. And he deserves it. But it's not the time or the place.
Black horse, and really nobody knows anything about him, and he not bringing any sense of character history like Tate has. So.
Ashton Hutton is played by Terry Garber. In 1985, she was 25 years old, and now she's 62 years old.
Would be mighty grateful to keep you occupied for a while.
These are the boys. Are they like you?
Amateurs.
And I felt bad about myself. I felt like I looked horrible.
Ori Main is played by Patrick Swayze. In 1985, he was 33 years old, and sadly, he passed away on September 14, 2009 at the age of 57.
It's customary in this part of the country for a lady to give a gentleman a token if she wishes to thank him properly.
It was when I started this kind of thought and looking beneath the surface was when that line worked for me. To where when I went up and said that to her, I truly believed it. But up until that...
Abraham Lincoln is played by Hal Holbrook. In 1985, he was 60 years old, and sadly, he passed away on January 23, 2021 at the age of 95.
This issue of civil war. The government will not assail you. You can have no conflict without being yourselves.
You can never be sure. You always have to. I mean, taking Mark Twain as an example, or Lincoln, one of the great sources.
John Brown is played by Johnny Cash. In 1985, he was 53 years old, and sadly, he passed away on September 12, 2003 at the age of 71.
We are at war. My men and I came all the way from Kansas to make sure justice prevails and to ensure the freedom of Negroes in this state.
In Nevada, when you work in the state of Nevada, you have to fill out this long form about your past. In 1975, when I went to work at the Hilton.
Charles Maine is played by Louis Smith. In 1985, he was 29 years old, and now he's 66 years old.
This whole thing.
Thank you, Cousin Charles.
We better get you to the train station fast. Homer?
First one is fundamentals. Without fundamentals, you have no confidence whatsoever. And I hope that you learn to embrace your fundamentals, listening and reacting.
James Hutton is played by Jim Messler. In 1985, he was 34 years old, and now he's 71 years old.
I find it more than a coincidence that a slave who never showed the slightest sign of dissatisfaction should decide to run off while y'all are entertaining visitors from up north.
Garrison Grady is played by George Stanford Brown. In 1985, he was 42 years old, and now he's 79 years old.
Sure. You watch this?
Thank you for watching the whole video. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and press the bell to wait for our next videos. Goodbye and see you again.